Before it became a billion-dollar franchise, before it terrified audiences with chestbursters and acid blood, Alien was just a risky little sci-fi script about a monster on a spaceship. But what if I told you the alien almost had eyes, a voice, and maybe even wore pants? Well, let's go back to the birth of a classic and look at how Ridley Scott and H.R. Giger turned a B-movie pitch into one of the greatest horror films of all time. When Alien first started, it was a spec script by Dan O'Bannon, who was fresh off working on Dark Star, which was a John Carpenter comedy about space janitors. He wanted to make something darker though, grittier, meaner. And when producers David Giler and Walter Hill picked it up, they streamlined it into what they called Jaws in space. But it wasn't until Ridley Scott came on board that everything changed. He wasn't at that time a sci-fi director, he'd only made The Duelists really, a period drama, and many adverts. But he had a vision, and Ridley Scott took one look at the script and saw potential, and he saw the monster, and that's where H.R. Giger came in. So, who was H.R. Giger? Well, visual effects creator, sweat artist, surrealist, and frankly the creator of the stuff of nightmares. His biomechanical designs blended flesh, bone and machine, and when Dan O'Bannon showed Ridley Scott Giger's paintings, Scott said, "That is our monster." The studio, however, well, they were not so keen. They said it was too sexual, too weird, too European. They wanted something simpler, something more mechanical, something more like a man in a rubber suit. They even asked for the alien to have eyes and possibly a voice. But, you know, something audiences could relate to. But Ridley Scott refused. He said, if the creature has eyes, it's no longer mysterious. It simply becomes a man in a suit. So when it came to the monster, they hired a 7-foot-tall Nigerian art student called Bolaji Badejo to wear the alien suit. It was custom designed to hide any trace of his human shape. Then, cinematographer Derek Van Lint shot the alien in quick flashes, close-ups and shadows so that you never really saw it clearly. And then came the sound design, eerie hums, metallic rattles, breathing, and almost no scoring key scenes, just the mechanical hum of the ship. So this wasn't just a monster movie they were creating, this was atmosphere dripping with dread. Here's something wild about casting. Veronica Cartwright was actually originally cast as Ripley. That's right, she was cast as the tough-as-nails hero who we now associate with Sigourney Weaver. The switch happened after rehearsals, when directors and producers liked Weaver's commanding presence more, and also her cool detachment that came with the character, so she actually became the lead. Veronica found out on set that she was now playing Lambert, and changed to the panicky, more emotional character. There was no prep, just swap roles and roll camera. So, talk about tension on screen and behind it. Then came that scene, you know, the one we've already covered on our channel, the chestburster. The cast didn't know what was going to happen completely, they just knew something would burst out, but not quite how. So when the fake chest exploded and the blood sprayed everywhere, pretty much most of those screams and reactions were real. They were real, raw, and featured pure shock. Ridley Scott wanted terror, and in that scene and throughout the movie, terror and suspense he got. It wasn't just about gore in this film, it was about violation, invasion, and fear of the unknown. Alien wasn't just a hit, it actually redefined at that time what horror, and specifically sci-fi horror, could be. It led to sequels, spin-offs, comics, toys, and even crossovers with Predator and other series. But it all started with a monster that no one wanted, a script no one understood, and a director who refused to compromise. And to this day, we still flinch when we hear that hiss in the dark. Thanks for watching today. If you have a favourite scene from Alien or Aliens, or maybe from Prometheus or even Prey, drop it in the comments and let us know what other behind the scenes stories or movie monster breakdown and moments you want broken down. This is Tile Pro and I'm Paul, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more breakdowns. We'll see you soon.